What it do, YouTube family? Today is Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. It's your man, Big D, and I'm back with another one. Before I go in, I would like to thank all of you that have continued to rock out with my son and I by going over to his channel and consuming the content. He and I greatly appreciate you. Well, family, I was looking at a YouTube channel called Hardly Initiated, and the gentleman on this panel were responding to a sister that basically said, if a man is single over 40, he is a red flag. And she went on to say that if a man is at a certain stage in life from a financial standpoint, and if he is just out here dating and not dating someone with the intentions of marrying her, and these are men that are over 40, she said that is a red flag. Well, I disagree with this young lady, and this is the reason why. So what we have to look at is the dynamics of what men have to choose from nowadays. It's not like days of old where there were a decent amount of quality women walking around here in these streets where a successful older man could select a potential future wife. So it is very disingenuous for this woman to come on here and say, well, if a man is over 40 and if he's successful and all he's doing is dating and going from relationship to relationship, if he's not dating a woman with the intentions of marrying her, then he's a red flag. Well, let me ask you this. So if a woman is 25, 30, 35, and she done caught, a multitude of bodies, is that a red flag? So if a woman jumping from penis to penis up into her 40s and even 50s, is that a red flag? So what you're saying is that successful men that have worked their asses off and have got their wealth from the mud because no one helped them, that they should settle for what they can get and not what they deserve. See, here's the thing. Women nowadays, they expect a man to, they don't want to do the work with the man. All they want to do is run ahead to the finish line and watch this man slave and grind and toil and break his back, garnering success and wealth, only to meet him at the finish line. And this woman think that once this man has worked hard, gave his blood, sweat, and tears, all in the name of success, all in the name of this quote unquote dream of being, of providing and being successful. See, the problem I have is this: the standards are not the same. See, women can say, well, if a man ain't doing A, B, C, D, and E, oh, he's a red flag. But what about so women can go out here, move recklessly, have financial issues, baby daddies, and a successful man is just supposed to accept that. So I know a multitude of very successful men that are older than 40 and they're still single. And it's not that they're single because they want to be. It's not that they wouldn't love to have a fit, feminine, and submissive woman in the house with them. They would love that. But the problem is, men nowadays, in particular successful men, successful older men, we've moved beyond this thought process of, you just, settle for what you can get. Settle for what you can get. Okay, so if I was a wealthy man and I went to a car lot and I knew that I could afford that BMW, that Mercedes Benz, why should I settle for a Hyundai? Not saying anything wrong with a Hyundai because I like Hyundais. Why should I settle for a Kia? Why should I settle for a Nissan Altima? Not saying anything wrong with those vehicles, but I know that I can afford a top tier vehicle if I choose. So I tell men this all the time. If you are at a point in life, and I mean, if you've got to the point where you have everything in place, your money's in place, your education in place, you have a stable roof over your head, you don't have to settle, and you shouldn't settle for what you can get in a woman. Nowadays, women want a man to give 100% while they give 30%. Women expect a man to cover them, protect them, move them in their house, her and her kids, and have to deal with some dusty ass baby daddy. And if we refuse to do that up until our older years, we a red flag. Well, so, okay, so all them bodies you done caught, that's gotta be a red flag. All the things that you can't unsee, all the faces that you done been up in, that's definitely a red flag. So we have to look at this thing from this perspective. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to tell a woman who did the right thing. She preserved herself, meaning that she didn't get her cheeks clapped by every Tom, Dick, and Harry. She didn't get her bike blowed out by the Pookies, Ray Rays, Nooks, and Lil Johns. A woman that preserved herself, not just from a physical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint. A woman who has done all the work. A woman who is ready to be a queen. Ready to support her king. Ready to be fit, feminine, and submissive. Ready to bring this man and add this man peace. Bring him peace. Add to his peace. If you're that kind of woman, then I would say you too, ma'am. You don't deserve to settle. See, when I look at things from both perspectives, as it applies to men, as it applies to women. If it's good for a man, then it's good for a woman when it comes to certain things. But the things that are intangible, the things that build a solid foundation, both parties should have that. Both parties should have all those elements that are needed to build a successful foundation, which will lead to a successful relationship. So to come on here and say, just because you're an older man and you chose not to settle for some dusty ass woman that's done been ran through, that's got a sorry ass baby daddy, or sorry ass baby daddies. If you don't settle for that, you a red flag. If you don't settle for a woman taking away from your peace, giving you all this masculine attitude, all this mouth, all this lash bite, when they are wrong as two left shoes most of the time, 80% of the time. And I'm not saying men are right all the time, but women certainly are not right all the time either. So I'm not going to sit here and tell a man that has struggled, built his wealth from the mud, from the ground up, to just settle for a woman that any old woman that comes along. Because that's what it sounds like to me that she's saying. If you 40 years old or older and you wealthy and you got your life together, and if you're not dating somebody with the intentions of marrying her, you a red flag. No, ma'am, I disagree with you wholeheartedly. And All you're saying is that we should just settle for what we can get, because in this dating market, there are not a lot of great choices for men to choose from. See, women have always had it better than men when it comes to dating. An average looking, mediocre woman can still garner the attention of a man of value, wherein a regular man that don't have his SHIT together, he can't go looking at no woman of value, because she gonna turn her nose up at him. And you know what? I can't say that I blame her. And as I always said, if a man don't have his life together, he shouldn't be trying to date, because you are not going to have a successful outcome. If your life is not together, and if you are still dating and you talking about trying to get married and you know your life ain't together, brothers, don't date, because what's going to happen is that woman is never going to respect you. She is never going to respect you. So I would tell men that have put in the work, that have did the things to be successful, I would tell them, you know what? If it means that you should wait to meet the right woman, a quality woman, a woman that can get on your program, a woman that's agreeable, that knows how to play her role, I would tell a man to wait and do not settle. And do not settle. Far too long, good men have had to settle. And the end result oftentimes led to divorce, oftentimes led to a whole bunch of child support have to be paid, all because we settled for what we can get instead of waiting for what we deserve. Family, always remember, be more tomorrow than you were yesterday. Peace.